Welcome back, Wash Up Walk-Ons fans, episode 314 of the podcast, and this is going to be one of those that you guys really enjoy. We've got a homie to come back and hang out with us, and as we were just talking in the pre-game lobby, we'll call it, taking it back to Modern Warfare, we haven't talked in a long time. He said, dude, it feels like it's been forever, and we said, yeah, man, it's been 5 years, because as soon as he came in the building, we were basically on our way out. A guy that went from not knowing shit to making it all the way through the program. We know exactly how hard that is, so that deserves its own congratulations. We've got our guy Henry Hank Cup Marchese, and Bud, it's great to have you back on the podcast, or to the podcast, back to talk with us.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate you guys having me on, and we'll get into that for the nicknames here soon.
I think we have to get into it right away. In the MW2 pregame lobby, I was reinformed of this Cup story. So I have to know, because I wasn't even fully read in when this happened originally. So someone set the table for me here.
Go ahead and tell your side of the story, Hank. I want to hear I want you to tell the truth on this podcast one time.
Yeah, this is the truth. This is my perspective. So 2017 is my true freshman year, coming out of high school, not knowing shit. And then I got Drake, fifth year senior, big dog, big fullback, intimidating as shit. And then Brady Ross. So we're in the line. This is after or before our afternoon walkthrough during camp. So camp, sucks ass, hot as shit out.
Going hot in this one.
Yep. No one wants to be there. Like, just get me home. I want to see some society. We're walking in. We're almost.
Oh, hold on. What level of camp goggles are on at this point when this happens?
Big time camp goggles, Kluber. That plays into effect. Big time camp goggles.
Okay. Yeah, it does. This is like mid to the near end of camp. So we're gassed. But we're almost up to the food line. I'll never forget it. Gray's was catering too. Never forget it. I'm in line with Drake, Brady Ross, and Matt Vandenberg. And Vandy, he's like, hey, you just cup his ass? Me minding my own business. He's like, hey, to me, talking about Brady, did you just cup his ass? I was like, what are you talking about? And then Drake's like, I think you just cupped his ass. And I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, you guys aren't me, like freshman. You guys got a picture like me freshman year, like fifth year seniors, like I'm, still not really that integrated yet, obviously. And I'm just like, whoa, what's going on? These guys are going to get a bad rap on me right away. I'm like, what is going on? And then Brady's like, yeah, dude, I seriously felt something on my ass.
Of course.
So that is my story. I never did it. I swear Vandy was taking a shot. And to this day, Vandy, Brady, and of course Drake always call me Cup.
I had never heard that story before. That's hilarious. I forget, both as being a freshman, how easy it was to like have people mess with you, and on the contrary side of that, how easy it was to mess with freshmen.
Yes.
It was unbelievable to be an old guy, wasn't it, Hank?
Oh, it was great. Like fifth year senior, you feel like you could just like take over the world in that building because you have all the confidence. Like you're on your way out, you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go mess with this freshman.
Dude, we had
What are they gonna do to me now?
we had Rastetter and Subert convinced that they had to go get our plates of dinner every night of camp and bring it back, like shit like that. Like, yeah, the young guys have to go get everybody the whole room dinner, right? Like, you just say something like that as an older guy, and the young guy's like, fuck, I guess. Okay. All right. We'll do it. Because at that point, you're just a yes man. As a freshman, 2-3 weeks in, you're a yes man, bro.
Hell yeah. Dude,
and the cup man, evidently.
Of course, cup man. That is like, yes, like you said, Clue, like that is so true. And like Kevin said, like going in as a freshman and then going out as a senior, like, and that's honestly how you build relationships. That's honestly what makes it great. Like,
you got a cup and ass or two?
About this, well, yeah.
That's what you got to cup and answer to. You got to come in as a freshman, not knowing shit about shit. First time you ever had camp goggles, start feeling a little gay, and all of a sudden you cup somebody. And that's that you just end up going through the program as cup, dude. You got caught.
That's the theme of the story. If you're going into your first camp and you're trying to make an impression on everyone, just cup some ass and you'll be set for the rest of your life.
Just get a little gay, huh? Nothing wrong with that. So what an intro to this podcast. First of all, thanks for coming on and subjecting yourself to this. Hopefully mom and dad Marchese listen and are super proud of that story. And yeah, man. As Drake mentioned in the intro, hard to make it through. Not a lot of guys do it. Do you remember specifically how many guys were in your class, walk-on and scholarship combined, Henry?
I don't know the exact number, but on the way out 5th year, it was like I could probably name the remaining.
How many guys ran out on senior day with you?
Including transfers as well, because I count the original 17 to 2022, basically.
Yeah. The OGs, no transfers.
The OGs. So want me to just go through them?
Yeah, just name them. There's not many, I'm sure.
So it's me, Max Cooper, Ryan Gersonde, Bryce Schulte, Tommy Kuyava, Jack Kerner, Kyler Schott.
You gritty bastards in there.
Yeah. And God, I'm missing a few.
So what, maybe 12? You're at 7.
I'm at 7. So around 10.
And there was probably 35 or so when you came in.
Definitely around 35, 100%.
To your guys' credit, though, you guys lost a few more guys to the NFL early then.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
We didn't have anyone declare early. We had a couple guys not redshirt, but no one left eligibility on the table, I don't think.
Yeah, we had, out of my class, it was Wirfs, Gino, and AJ that left early.
It's a decent class, huh?
Class. That's an unbelievable class.
So what's it feel like to come in with guys like that? Because we committed to a 4-8 team, so we didn't really have any superstars in our class. What's it like to come in with guys who are nationally recruited and big dogs, like guys are going to be big time players and maybe even play right away? What's it feel like? I don't know, because our class, we didn't really have that. We had a couple guys.
AJ thought Kevin was a manager.
AJ thought I was a manager. Yeah, we told that story before.
That's my favorite story.
But yeah, dude, that is a great question, because it's wild, because it's kind of surreal, because you don't know everyone's going to be like that, but you kind of have a feeling oh, this guy's highly recruited, highly touted about, people are believing him, stuff like that. But you all come in together. It's your first college camp and first college experience. And then honestly, Wirfs, I think Wirfs is one of my great friends that I came out of, Iowa, coming in and then going out, talk to him at least every month, just checking in. And yeah, definitely just coming in with those guys Wirfs, just a freak athlete, starting right guard freshman year, AJ, third down menace freshman year, and then Gino, obviously dominating on special teams, making those huge hits. Then you tend to see it okay, we're playing, all right, these guys are pretty special. I'll never forget Coach O'Keefe was talking about Gino. He was Gino made this great pick in practice. I remember watching on tape. Coach O'Keefe, he was Gino is going to be a great player. Turns out, boom, started the last couple games this past season for the Ravens. And but yeah, back to the point, those guys just, you come in, you build relationships, and now you see those guys in the league just dominating, Wirfs, first team all pro. So just coming in with that, having those relationships, it's great, because then you feel still in tune to the game.
100%, man. I mean, we're still living through our friends that we lived with that are in the league, and it's our way to stay attached to it. But what was it like as the guys kind of were they kind of drawn to them as being like, like these guys are probably going to be our studs, or like were they just like kind of natural leaders of the class? Like, I don't know, 'cause we didn't really have like any five.
We were the worst fucking Iowa recruited class in KF's history. So that's just where we're coming from. We just want to know what it's like to come in with some dudes. Like it just,
Yeah, we definitely, obviously, like as the season went on, like, okay, Worf's like, he's a freak. And then, AJ as well. Those guys were the two, like, okay, these guys they were all Americans for a reason, and coming in and seeing how like huge they are and their growth, like they were kind of the leaders of the class because those guys were the guys playing. Like most of those freshmen were in that, Sunday lift group. You guys know what it feels like. And Worfs and AJ, even Worfs and AJ, this is back in the Doyle days. Worfs would start every snap of a game and he'd still be in the Sunday lift group until Doyle was like, okay, midway through the year, you're good. Go out to the rolling group, go out to the stretch and run group. But those
I was just gonna ask a question because everybody gets humbled, right? Like nobody escapes no matter how good you are. And what was it like as a guy who, you're the walk on, the guy who has to grind it out, the guy who has to find his spot every single day. It feels like, I'd love to hear your perspective on like that always performance mindset that, you kind of know what I'm talking about, but what was it like to see the stars of a class still go through like a humbling experience, get humbled by an older guy or do something just a little bit wrong and a coach goes off on them and you're like, shit, like no one gets through easy, huh? Like, what was that like coming from your perspective?
Well, like just having that grind mindset. Like I came in as a 3-star. I was, everyone thinks their shit doesn't stink when they're walking in, like you're recruited, shit like that. And me, I didn't have a good, obviously, start to my college career. And but like seeing how like guys get humbled, like Worst is a perfect example to me for that because he was starting and then boom, he's in the Sunday lift group. And it's like, whoa, okay, like I'm not doing shit. I'm redshirting. I'm going out there dressing. This guy's playing 60, 70 snaps, going up against the best of the best, and he's still in here working. Like that just gives like perspective of like, all right, like I'm redshirting. I'm not playing right now, so I gotta work my ass off in here.
At that point, you felt like, oh, I'm a manager. I'm lifting 8 days a week, and I'm a manager. If Worfs is still in the Sunday lift group,
seriously, and it's just like, wow, this guy. Like we would always talk like, wow, like dude, how are you doing this right now? Aren't you sore? Like I'm sore from standing on the sideline. Like, what are you?
It's true though. People don't understand. Standing around on the sidelines get a little tight.
Yeah, legs back. Oh my God, you come in there and you're squatting, you're max squatting the next day. And it don't feel good.
Doesn't feel great, especially after you spend a night in a twin bed.
The Peterson twin beds, and after probably a night worth of drinking.
Hey, they had the co-ed dorm, so they might have gotten a little loose. You don't know. You don't know what was going on past 2018 there, 2017. Hank, what you came in, and what was the personal expectation? You got drafted in the league, like in the MLB, and you chose, you know what, I'm gonna pick the football route. Talk to me about that mindset, that whole dynamic coming out of high school.
Yeah. So hardest decision of my early like adult life, easily, because the first day I get to Iowa, June 12th, I'll never forget it. June 12th, I get a call from my advisor, my baseball advisor. He's like, hey, draft started today. I'm hearing that you might be in rounds 1 through 10, which is like the first day. first day, and that's June 12th. I was like, oh my God, great. So I get like a couple texts from these scouts. They're like, hey, well, this is prior. I wouldn't say on the day, but this is prior, like a couple days earlier. It's like, hey, what are your thoughts? Like, we all know you're committed to play college football, Iowa, the whole nine. And I just couldn't because in baseball, if you're a high draft pick and say, Kyler Murray, like he was a high draft pick, first round pick, 9th overall to the A's, but he didn't go. The A's lose that value in that pick. Mm-hmm. So to me, thinking, I don't want to screw a team over by taking a high pick where I'm unsure if I'm going to go. So they lose that value in the pick, and it's just a shit show for them.
Good guy.
So I was like,
you're a nicer guy than most. I think most people say, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to the MLB. That way they actually take the higher draft pick on you.
Yeah. So it was just like, I was
Kudos
like,
to you.
I'm not going to screw over. So I just said, I'm unsure right now. I'll see where it goes. So all these teams were like, all right, like they take that information, and then I
Hank, what the fuck, dude?
What?
You lie your balls off until they put you in front of a fucking grand jury, kid. What?
Drake, I didn't, my morals, and I'll get into it. I'll get into it. Why my decision, like why
you don't have to. We understand you're different than Drake.
But so it comes, so that doesn't happen. So I don't get drafted on the first day. June 13th, second day, I don't get drafted then. And I'm hearing a lot just like, hey, they're just like, we're going to take you with a late round pick. So like, if you go, it's fine. So on June 14th, we're in the you guys remember the student athlete, like in the summer on Wednesday?
The kickoff?
Yes.
Oh.
So we're in there taking a student athlete test, which I have no idea. Why do we have to take that? So I'm in it. And I know before in the, John Bruno and all them, they're like, no phones in here, put your phones out. I was like, screw that. Kept my phone in my pocket, and I had it on full buzz where you could hear it on my leg basically. And because I know
like gladiator dildo buzz, full on.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. And because I knew it was going to happen, because I got information like, hey, it's going to be soon. And the Padres, they text me right before. They're like, hey, we're going to take you in this upcoming round. And I was like, okay. So I was like, fuck it. I'm keeping it on me. So as soon as we start the test, everyone sits down, quiet, like 2 questions through. I don't even know what the fucking questions were. I get a buzz on my phone. I look at it. I do the little sneak, and it's my scout that I talked to for the Padres. So I'm like, I get up and I start walking to the door with the phone, and Bruno, Liz, they're like, oh, what are you doing? Like, why do you have your phone? Blah, blah. I'm like, I just got drafted. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, you're here in college, like all this. I'm like, no, I just got drafted. I need to take this call. So, and they're still like, freaking out. And I just walk out. I just walked out of the room. Well, it was great. All of my people in my class, they all knew what was going on. So they all started clapping during the test.
That's hilarious.
So John and them were like, what is going on? Like, no one knows what is going on. Is this like a prank? I walk out, I take the phone call, find out I've been drafted by the San Diego Padres. And then I'm sitting on the bench. I didn't finish the test, by the way. That's
test is still sitting there in McBride Hall.
So I got out of the thing early, which was the best part. I don't know about being drafted, but that was the best part, getting that shit out of it.
Said fucking drafted.
I'm sitting on the bench outside. I'm like trying to explain it to these guys. Like, yeah, I got drafted to the MLB, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, I thought you were throwing a prank. So that's the story. But the reason why I chose football is because all my family members have all played Big Ten football. My dad played at Iowa in the 80s. My 3 brothers, my oldest, Joe, played at Maryland. My older played at Illinois, and my twin played at Illinois. He still does. Don't know how.
And your twin, who played Illinois, never beat you, dude. That was the biggest question that I wanted to ask you. What does it feel like for the rest of your life to hold that over your brother, dude? Like, that's got to be awkward at all Christmases. Like, they're like, "Oh, Hank, it's great to have you back at Christmas," and then they're like, your brother's been here all 5 years because Illinois sucks dick. But
Hey,
tell us about that. That's fun.
same with Jim. I played Jim for 2 years at Illinois. Jim is the guy. So from left to right, that's oldest. Joe, he's at Maryland. He was gone before. You guys probably played Joe. Honestly, he was a center. Then Jim played at Illinois. Played him twice, beat him twice. Then me, and then Mike. Mike's at Illinois. But yeah, they never beat me. But you say Christmas. Drake, I was never at a Christmas party because I was always prepping for a bowl game, baby.
That's my point. Now you're back, and it's gonna be like, "Oh, Hank, it's great to have you back." Your brothers have been here all 5 years, so
yeah, it is great. And having those Big Ten like bitterness. I will say, Joe always is like, "Yeah, we beat Iowa when you weren't there because what they beat us at home, I believe, one year." Maryland did.
Oof.
No, we lost to them at Maryland in 2014.
Yeah.
At Maryland.
Yeah.
So he'll always hold that. But yeah, that's always the thing. And whenever we get all like talking shit and stuff about football, I'll always bring up, hey, no one can say they beat my ass.
That's quite the dynamic. The four brothers, all of them played in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Wards.
We only had 3 though.
Yeah, but we're past them, bro. And we understand that they're like the Wards are different in every way. Well, Kevin's pretty normal, but the other two and Beef are just, those humans they're not normal. Did y'all just beat the shit out of each other when you were younger? Because I had 2 brothers who were semi-close. And it was just an absolute boxing match, basically through high school. And you added another one, and in this picture specifically, for those that were watching the YouTube I had up a second ago, y'all were. How close were the older 2 in age? Like not too far away.
Yeah, so it goes. So Joe is 4 years older than me. Jim's 2 years older than me, and then me.
Oh, so y'all were, oh man,
close. And even to make matters even worse, I had 2 cousins that played at Northwestern. So it was, and then
Fuck Northwestern.
I hate Northwestern. I hate them. But then I also had a cousin that played in the NFL as well. So we were all,
Jesus Christ,
killing each other. And I'll never forget, dude. One of the stories just from growing up, we would always play in the basement. It would be called knee football. And somehow it'd be Jim and Mike against me. That's it. That's a 2-on-1. And they'd be on their knees and I'd try to get past them. And they'd just like, all right, on the snap of the ball, they're going. Like they're going at my legs. So we're playing, we're all getting competitive, like hating each other, like fuck you. We probably won't saying that, but like
4th grade, fuck you, man.
Well, I'll never forget it, dude. I got on the snap of the ball. Jim and Mike just had this plan. They just dove right at my legs. I fell over, broke my wrist and broke my whole wrist, my middle finger, and my whole hand. And there's still a scar today of just. It was massive. My whole thing just broke. And these were like, don't worry, like we won't tell mom. We'll be all good. And they started like waterboarding me too, because I was laying down. I was like, oh my pain. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking out. Never broke a bone in my life. And they're just dumping water on me. Like, dude, relax. You'll be good. And then a week passes. I'm like, mom, like my wrist, hand is destroyed. I can't do it. And it turns out it was just full on broken wrist, broken hand, cut in half, middle finger. And my mom.
How old were you when this happened?
This was like 3rd grade, 4th grade. In my
So you as a third grader, you're like what, 8 years old, just been walking around with a broken hand for a week?
Yeah. It was awful. And it was during the summer too. So baseball, trying to hold a bat, like I was just like, I can't even hold it. But, so my mom was in the military. She's a military mom.
Oh, that explains it.
So I get up in the morning, I'm like, Mom, my wrist is killing me. I think I need to go in the doctor. And like my mom was a nurse, so she like checks it out, blah, blah, blah. She's like, all right, we'll go in, find out broken wrist, come back. My mom is just, what were you guys doing? Like, how does he have a broken wrist? No one's fussing up. And then I was just like, all right, we're playing knee football while everyone was gone. And I rolled over, broke my wrist. And then my mom was, obviously my parents were pissed. They're like, are you guys idiots? What are you guys doing? And we have a full, baseball season. So I'm out for the whole baseball season, of course. My parents are pissed. And so yeah, that's how it is growing up. And then Joe, I don't even know where Joe was. Joe was probably, I don't know. There's crazy stories about
I'm sure.
Pissed. I remember fighting Joe when he was like 50 pounds more than me, just getting my ass beat. And it was great. There's pros and cons of growing up being like the middle, younger child, third child. And they always call me the instigator, which I love. So
yeah. So you had cousins that played. Y'all played.
What was Grandpa Marchese eating? Because that man was shooting some goddamn swimmers.
Yeah. So I actually never met my grandpa. My grandpa died before I was born.
Way to go.
No, it's okay. But my grandpa was a huge sports fanatic, and obviously, like my dad played at Iowa, growing up, and then my uncle also played at Army. So it was just they love sports, and then it just came down to us. And fortunate for my parents to have four boys go play college football. So
are there any males in your family that didn't play Division I football, and do they even show up to the gatherings? Like, do they?
I'm just going by the math. I'm just going by the math here. In about 4 generations, the entire NFL is just going to be a bunch of Marchese.
I mean, like when they come to Thanksgiving, do they have to wait until the guys who made it eat turkey before they go through the line? Or I'm confused.
They just have to wash the dishes.
For the guys that didn't play sports in college, they got all the brains. So it evens out.
They're jealous as fuck. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, any Marchese male, guaranteed. I don't care how smart they are. They're sitting.
Imagine how insecure you got to be growing up. The high school, you're the Marchese that's the nerd and not the athlete.
Like,
I mean, insecurity like that doesn't leave.
You're like, yeah, I have 12 cousins and 7 are boys and 4 girls, and all the boys are playing D1 football, and so did my dad and my grandpa and everybody else, and I'm and my band concert's next week. Like, like that's tough, man. That's a shot at the band, and I love the band. But like when your whole family is doing one thing, and you're the one,
you can't get any ass when your brothers are on the field and you're blowing the tuba. You don't get ass that way.
Yeah, it's just not happening. So then why Iowa?
We're scumbags, Liver. We're scumbags.
I know. Why Iowa? Why split with the Twin? What's the story there?
Cool. Hang on. Let my freaking dog in.
Yeah, we're gonna talk shit about your other cousins.
We have a pause button.
Oh, that's true. We can totally just cut this. I kind of want to talk though. Like seriously, like, can you imagine being in that family? Yeah. Well, Henry and Mike.
No, we just talked about it, dude. I would have, I would have already jumped off the roof,
bro. Unbelievable. Anyway,
so why the split? Why Iowa? Well, I grew up an Iowa fan.
Because it's way cooler than Illinois.
Well, yeah, Illinois is shit state, but Kevin and I know that.
Yeah.
But Iowa, my dad played at Iowa. I grew up watching Iowa games like Sean Green, Adrian Claiborne, all those guys. Yeah, I just loved it. And, Coach Ferentz being there, it's just Saturday, sometimes we go to Iowa City and watch the games and stuff and always watch them on TV. And that was just like a dream of mine. Like, wow, Iowa, like my dad played there. Like, that's super cool. And seeing all his pictures downstairs, he played in the Rose Bowl, like a Rose Bowl jersey. Like, that was my big goal. Like, oh, he made it to the Rose Bowl with Iowa. I want to make it to the Rose Bowl with Iowa. And obviously, we screwed those chances up many times, but no, it was good. That's why I chose Iowa. And
was it hard to split with the twin?
Yeah. Was he not drinking the Kool-Aid, or what were you guys getting fed different Kool-Aid, or what was going on there?
Everyone grew up an Iowa fan here in my immediate family, but hey.
So it's your brother who did the splitting up then, huh?
So everyone did, but so for Mike specifically, he wanted to like create his own path. Like, he didn't want to follow in the footsteps of my dad, or I was committed to Iowa before Mike was committed to Illinois. So since I did that, he kind of knew I was going to do it. Like, he didn't want to, like, I guess, follow. He wanted to make his own path. And yeah, it's worked out for him so far. And now that, kind of, he's had 3 head coaches, which is tough, but
I'd say,
but it definitely works out. It works out. Everyone's has their own path, and I just chose mine to follow my dad's.
Was he a big baseball guy too?
Oh yeah, he had some D1 interest for baseball, but it was, like, I swear we don't say it, but I swear there's a family expectation. Like, you're an athlete, like you're playing football.
Yeah, I know. Or you don't eat at Thanksgiving. I get it. I'm fully aware.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Football was his thing, and it's obviously everyone's.
So you get to Iowa. What's the expectation for yourself? What's the ideal career path? You walk in that freshman camp that you're talking about. It's hot. You're trying to find your way through, Drake calling you Cup and them setting you up at dinner with Grays, and you got class coming up. You're trying to find classes. What was the beginning of your career like? Yeah,
it was a whirlwind. Like, nothing that I've ever experienced. Like, that was the first time I've been alone, because I'm usually with my twin. Like, that's usually with him. We do everything together, same friends. But now it's different. And then football, it's hot as shit. Never gone through like a camp like that ever. And those were before, you guys remember, before the rulings all changed on camp. I think.
Yeah, ask Kevin about it.
Boy. Wait, 2017 is your first camp?
2017.
Dude, you didn't even have to do doubles.
I know. So the rules changed, and then
doubles were better, Hank. Don't let them fool you.
Bullshit. Absolutely
were better.
Not.
Our camp was longer though, right? It was just single days, but long duration.
No. You've never been through what we went through.
There was a 2013 camp was 23 days long, and I think there was 10 doubles.
I think it was 8 doubles. Yeah.
I can't speak on that.
Back in our day, we were a little goddamn tougher, Hank.
Now, I said the story on the podcast before, but I was talking with Coach Woods one day. He's like, "Oh, you guys think you had it hard back your freshman year compared to now? You want to know what I did my senior year? Day 1 was practice in the morning, media day in the afternoon. Day 2, practice in the morning, practice in the afternoon. Day 3 through 20, same as day 3. So they had doubles every day.
They had a double every single day.
Yeah.
I think there was once, I want to say once upon a time, they ran triples too. There was
You can't. No way. You can't do it without dying.
Not a full,
people didn't know what was going on.
Not a full third practice, but I want to say once upon a time, I've heard like back in like the 70s or 80s, they ran like a a 1 hour walkthrough plus 2 hour practices or something like that. So that's trash. But yeah, so
Did it make you want to quit, Hank?
Oh my God. Well,
Tell the truth.
for my camp, I've never failed so much in my football career. And at that point, I was just like, I'm not doing great. I expected it to be way better. I was expected to be better just from that was like the worst I felt playing football. Was
that sounds about right. Yeah.
It was just like I was
for 90% of freshmen showing up, they're just in way over their heads as far as knowing what the hell's going on. Just trying to figure out where to go next in practice, like just following along wherever your group's going. Two, like you're kind of getting your ass beat on the field all over the place. And three, like you said, you're kind of just miserable. It's shit work. You're getting your ass beat. You're tired as hell all the time. And you kind of just want to go home for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And like my camp was not the best. I never dropped the ball coming into college. And I was dropping the ball like so many times. I'm like, what is going on? Like, did I lose it? Am I like a fraud? And
Guy was questioned. Camp hit him so hard. Guy thought he forgot how to play the game.
Dude, Iowa football hit me the same way, Hank, and I still haven't been the same since.
Yeah, we know.
18-year-old Drake was way more confident.
I was just like,
18-year-old Drake did not lack confidence. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
no, that's for damn sure.
Fucking earrings, a crotch rocket, and 300% confidence is what Drake had.
I was like, oh my God, I suck. Like, what is going on? Like, I was thinking, like, how's it going? Like, I would always talk to my brothers that are in camp as well. They're like, hey, how's it going? They're like, I'm making some plays, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck me. Like,
I wanted you to say you fucking hated it too.
Well, yeah, it fucking sucked. But then I was, these guys are making plays. These guys are saying it sucks. They're making plays. I'm saying it sucks. I'm not making plays. So, freshman year was tough, and I had committed too. So I was a receiver, obviously, and I committed. So Bobby Kennedy was the receiver coach. You guys remember?
Hey, Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah, and so he moved to Stanford. So then Coach Wallace started recruiting me the most because he's, the area. And so I, then Cope comes in. Cope, I knew Cope from NIU before, but Coach Bobby Kennedy, like when that coaching change happened, I was like, all right, I'm still committed to Iowa. Like I'm in Iowa through and through. And Coach Wallace was the best, one of my favorite coaches ever.
Goat Wallace.
You mean the GOAT?
Yeah, he's the fucking man. The man. And so yeah, my career was just not off to a hot start. Definitely.
I really just held back on something that I was going to say about the whole Coach Wallace situation. Oh man. Yeah. So God, that's so fun, dude. That's so funny. That's like some comedy we haven't had in a while. You sitting there texting your brothers saying, hey, how's camp going? And they're like, yeah, man, it's tough, but I'm making a few plays. And you're back in Peterson going, fuck, I'm not making any plays.
No shit. And obviously, like true freshmen, like they get in with the 3. So it's like fucking 23, 22B. You got to go dig out the fucking safety. And it's just like, I don't want to do that shit. Maybe you get like,
they might throw the ball one time in a set of 3s. And
yeah. And it's like maybe like a deep shot. And that's like it. And then it's just like, fuck, man. Like, I'm not getting any plays. I'm not getting any catches. Like, I wasn't used to it. And it just, oh my God, it sucked.
Was there a time where you legitimately ever, because dude, you're locked in. Like if you don't graduate and go through the program and you're to the back of the line at the family, like you end up with Tuba Boy. So
you've pretty much already, correct me if I'm wrong, but like it's past time where you can say, hey, call the MLB back. It's like, can I still come hang out? Or?
Hey, yo, Padres, I suck. Can I come throw the ball around?
Trust me, baseball, I was like, so I already, since I practiced, I established I was an amateur. So that times passed. And when that was happening throughout freshman year, I was like, fuck me, I was good at baseball. Like,
dude, why were you not playing baseball at Iowa? I don't understand.
So you guys want to get into that right now?
Get in there.
Yeah, sure.
So, the plan was Coach Ferentz and Coach Doyle, they knew I'd been drafted baseball. And the plan was like, hey, you're here, you're on scholarship for football. Like, football's first. We're going to have you go through one full season without baseball, and then we'll discuss it after. So go through one season. Then I'm like, you know what? Let's go through another. Like, then I obviously started liking it, getting to know everyone. And
caught a few balls.
Yeah, I caught, did that as well. So then sophomore year after the season, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go play baseball. And so I'm on the team basically 2 months. It's like training camp for baseball. It's not good. But I would lift in the morning with football, those hard fucking, winter lifts.
Oh, you're talking the first 8 weeks of spring.
Yeah. And then, so then after the lift, I'd go home, then I'd eat something, go right back, 4-hour baseball practice. I wouldn't go to class, boys. Like, I would take online classes and tell my teachers like, hey, it's not happening. So I'd get home at like 6 and do it all over again. I was miserable. It sucked for 2 months, basically. So then, like a week before the first game, we're going to Hawaii to go play because it's shitty out in the Midwest. Go play in fucking Hawaii. And Coach Heller, he's like, hey, you're not allowed to play. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been here for like 2 months, practicing every day, blah, blah. He's like, no, Title IX and Office of Civil Rights rulings are ruling you can't. I'm like, what are you talking about? What does that even mean? And then so I went through all these meetings, bro, like 2 to 3
Is it
months.
because you didn't take that test?
Yeah, they're holding it against my ass. But no, so 2 to 3 months I'm going to all these meetings, like, AD athletic department meetings. Got Coach Ferentz involved. Coach Ferentz was with me through and through, had my back. Meeting with baseball, everything. NCAA was involved, and apparently they were counting me as 2 people: Henry baseball, Henry football, which makes no fucking sense. And that apparently threw off the male
funding for that had to be equal.
Like,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard on this podcast. And we've said some dumb shit here.
We've really said some dumb shit, and that does rank number 1. That's absolutely on the Mount Rushmore.
Isn't that crazy? So I'm like, I train my balls off. I'm doing all this. I don't go to class. I barely have energy to like stand up when I'm done from lifting and baseball, everything. And you're telling me I can't fucking play? And to me, I'm like, well, you can't, like, to me, this is me being like a little arrogant little bitch, but I'm like, you're telling me you don't want a former MLB draft pick to be on your fucking team to come play for you? You're not going to drop a leg or lose an arm for me to go get this figured out? And of course, you couldn't have done it 2 months prior when maybe you had the idea of it. So that was the whole thing. It took 2 to 3 months. The baseball season was basically over. So even if it did get resolved, the season was over, basically. And I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm not doing it. And so that was my Iowa baseball career. I still have a picture. B-Ray would always come to practices. My first practice, he took a picture of me in my baseball uniform, posted it. And, everyone, all these people were like, is that Case, like he's playing baseball now. Like, oh, sweet. Because, all the crazies are just like all the loving Hawkeye fans love him to death. They're like, oh, this guy was drafted. Like, we're going to be good. And then, so it all fell through. But so that's my Iowa baseball. So trust me, I made friends over Iowa baseball. I have no hard feelings for that, but it was just kind of bullshit.
That's wild.
That story just made me so mad, dude. I can't even explain it. I can't imagine being you because I'm seething right now.
Yeah, it was tough. It was especially the worst thing to me was I just grinded my ass off for 2 months doing spring ball, playing baseball every fucking day, not going to class, not having time to fucking, like, all the guys would go out. You guys know Friday, that's the last lift. Everyone's like, fuck yeah. Like, it's the weekend. We're going to Summit, baby. And then me.
Can't even beat off at the end of the week. No energy.
I got practice tomorrow morning. So all my friends have fun. And so just all the hard work that I put in for it. And it just sucked.
Were you able to, after that was all said and done? So now after that, all that shit falls through, you're now at the end of the summer going into your third football season.
Yeah.
And like, were you mentally able to process and take anything positive out of that experience?
No, it was, I wouldn't say anger, but it was just like, I don't know, saltiness, I guess. Just like, what the fuck is going on with my college career? And my second year, it was the Outback Bowl, right? Mississippi State.
Yep.
I switched positions for the first time, moved over to DB. So I moved from receiver to DB, bottom of the totem pole, trying to learn the defense, shit like that. Playing special teams, though. Played special teams second year, lettered my second year. So that was good. But, you switch positions, you're literally at the bottom of the totem pole. And then baseball happens. And then going into junior year, I'm like, what the fuck's going to happen? Like, am I even going to compete to try and play defense this year? Because I just started and it sucked. And it really, like, it was awful. But, so yeah, that's that whole time period, it was just fucking wild.
That's gonna make the rest of life feel so easy, dude, because nothing that anybody in your job or anything can make you feel as low as those moments made you feel. That's a promise.
Oh yeah. I mean, going through the program, you guys know, like, you learn so many life lessons, and you're just like going out and talking to like guys and people that haven't had that experience. It's like, you have a different mindset. You just have a way different mindset. You're organized, you're disciplined, and just that mindset just puts you over the top by a little bit.
It's hard to even explain to other people when I talk about it.
That's the reason why Kevin's the CEO of his company at 27.
Yeah, Kevin owns Stryker, and Drake and I know Kevin, and it's awesome.
You know what's great, Kevin? So my girlfriend, Chuck Hartlieb's daughter, Lauren Hartlieb, shout out Lauren. She just started on Monday at Stryker.
Oh, good for her. Where's she at?
Kalamazoo,
Stryker Central right there, baby. Hey,
Yep.
shout out your girlfriend's dad, Chuck, because for him starting that networking event, that is how I even heard about this job. And, one thing leads to another.
If she wanders around down there, they got Kevin, a statue of Kevin down there somewhere.
in the headquarters, I heard.
Yeah, in a big office and a plaque and everything. So
I'm actually there right now.
Yeah, that's where he is.
Yeah.
So you're in year 3, and obviously year 3, you get more special teams playing time, right? You're feeling good about where you're at with the special teams. Like, what's your mindset? What's your mindset going into year 3? Like, where do you see your career at this point?
Yeah. Year 3, like, career wise, I'm just like, hey, I'm going to finish football and I'm going to get a great degree. And like, obviously going into like Iowa, I'm like, oh, NFL, like, I want to play in the NFL. This point, I was just like, like, fuck this.
Get me to senior
I
year.
was like, yeah, seriously. And so year 3, feeling decent about special teams, you know, played the year before, got some good action. So year 3, I'm playing a lot more special teams. Coach Woods really like helped me out. And then year 3 was honestly one of the most fun years I had at Iowa. Holiday Bowl, we win 10 games. We kicked shit out of USC. It was great. And then all my class members are going to get drafted. Tristan, AJ, Gino. Hey,
Your dog's pissed about it too.
I know. This guy,
He's happy that you're around though. He's happy you didn't go off to some NFL.
oh yeah. And so it was a great year. Loved that year. And we only lost 3 games by a combined like 14 points. Michigan by
3
touchdown, I think, right?
something.
Yeah, because it was 10-3. Penn State by 5, and then Wisconsin by 2. So
Yeesh.
great teams. Honestly, should have beat. I'll give Penn State that win, but honestly, should have beat Wisconsin. That 2-point conversion was tough to watch. You know, we score, crowd goes silent. 2-point conversion, great play call, and then the Camp Randall just erupts. I'll never forget that. It's night, it's cold as shit. But then Michigan, you know, just a defensive battle. They win the game on a post touchdown on a true freshman corner. But yeah, that was a great year. Year 3 was great, and I started getting like way more confident. Obviously, like I was friends with everyone on the team, but just like the confidence level got like you're growing.
I'd say year 3 is when it clicks for most guys.
Oh yeah, and it definitely started clicking. Especially, I got my first like banquet awards year 3, and that was just like wow, my hard work's paying off for special teams and scout team. We could get in the scout team, like
team leader award defense that year.
Yeah, team leader award, and then
X-Man in award. Special
in.
teams.
Special teams.
Holy shit, huh? Collecting some hardware, okay? Holy shit.
We'll get you some trophies to put up in that office right there.
This guy Henry Marchese came in 2017, okay? Didn't know shit. Thought he was gonna play baseball, all right?
This guy didn't know shit about shit. Okay. No, this guy.
I'll tell you one thing, all right? This guy, he loves playing the game of football. He doesn't care where we put him. Offense, defense, special teams. He's going to go out there and give great effort.
He'll fill the fucking water bottles if we need him to, so we can eat at Thanksgiving, all right? Because if he doesn't, he's going home and getting buried.
70. Okay. Back in 1870. You know, when I was around there, you guys know how he always brings it back to something.
Oh, dude.
For us, it was always like back in 02, okay? We had guys humming, right?
Your mic just switched.
We didn't. What's up?
Your mic just switched. Yeah, no, Hank, that's hilarious. He brings something back from the 80s.
Yeah.
Probably one every 3 times he opens his mouth. It's amazing.
It's Monday, Wednesday team meetings when he's talking about the opponent. You know, Penn State's a great one because you know, Pennsylvania guy, and I love that. I love KF. I love all those stories because it gives great perspective. But anyway, sorry to get off track. Yeah, with 2019, that was like one of the most fun years. You're growing older. You're gonna be like a upperclassman. You basically are.
Yep.
And you just have that confidence, and then going into spring ball, I get switched over to receiver again. And that was just tough. That was tough because I knew what I was getting into. Coach Ferentz, he would always ask me, he's like, hey, you don't have to do it, but I think it'll benefit the team. And like, not to like toot my own horn, but like he literally would say that every time I would get switched. Like, I think this is for the betterment of the team. You know, we'll see how it goes. And I'm like, of course, like I'm going to do everything I can for the team. So I'd switch over, even knowing I know what this is going to be about, just for guys to get rested, someone that knows the offensive playbook. and go through spring ball, the shitty spring ball, stuff like that. I knew it was, and like I had, obviously, like I'm a competitor. I'm going to compete and get everything I get. And, but I just knew like it was just for,
These need bodies over there.
just for the team. And so I did that. And then that spring ball was, I mean, it was fine. You guys know spring ball, it's like a blur. And then going into the season, I get switched over to defense. Get switched back over mid-camp.
Oh, no.
4 or 5 practices in, switch over to defense. I'm like, dude. So 4 different positions. I'm back down on the podium. The podium. I can't even speak.
You got mixed up so bad that you can't even speak anymore. That's how many times you switch positions.
And,
Which did you like playing better?
Sorry for barking. This guy.
This guy, he says.
This guy, you know, he's German Shepherd.
What's he bark? Oh, he's a German. Drake just got a German Shepherd.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best, but he's always on alert. So, which is great. But he always barks.
Look at this guy.
This guy, like, he'll probably run over here soon. But
So
yeah.
where are we at now? Have we hit COVID yet? Was this year 4, 2020?
Year 4, 2020. So going in, you know, camp, and then it gets shut down. I switched back before, you know, the shutdown. So I know I'm a DB, and we're doing like the Zoom meetings. We're having the Zoom meetings, and it sucks. Like I'm a in-person learner mostly.
What's Phil like on the Zoom meetings? I gotta know.
You know, he wasn't on the camera, but you could hear him. You know, TP's on the fucking camera controlling it. But he's got the screen.
That makes a lot more sense.
Got the pointer, and he's just like, motherfucker, you know. And well, me learning that, like relearning, like I knew that I had a good grasp of the defense at the time, but obviously, like I had to go through like the re-implementation, basically. Like I got to get acclimated again to the defense. So we're going over Zoom. We're having these Zoom meetings at like 7 a.m. and trying to learn it again, or just get like the feeling back of knowing it. COVID happens, and then, you know, we started playing games again. October 24th, I think, was the first game, Purdue.
Yep.
And the first practice being a DB again, I pull my hamstring. Bad. Tear my hamstring. I'm out for the first 2 weeks.
Jesus.
At Purdue, and then Northwestern at home, and we lose those 2 games. And then come back, kick the shit out of Michigan State, like 45-7. We win 6 straight. Michigan pulls out on us. Mizzou pulls on us for the bowl game. That was the testing sucked. That was awful. But it was, other than that, like it was a great, fun year. Like everyone, we were just with each other. No one was going out. No, obviously, like everything was shut down. And it was just a team. And
What was it like playing in front of like empty stadiums?
Man, it sucked. But like,
I mean, did it feel like a practice? Because in my head, it's like this just feels probably like one like a spring practice where we're doing like a move the ball period and we're just jawing at the offense across the field.
It was like a spring Saturday practice. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, those games, like obviously you have adrenaline, like you're gonna go play a game, but like you can't, like the noise, you could hear everything, like literally everything. And that was just weird. It was extremely weird. And
was there more shit talking or less with the opposing teams that year?
I mean, when I say you could hear everything, you could hear everything. So
so I'm just curious. So like it was like people are like, oh, everyone can hear literally everything I'm saying now, or you know, it's like everyone's hearing everything, so they're jawing back at each other.
Yeah, that like so like the shit talking is, you got like shit talking's hilarious as it is, but when
absolutely hilarious.
When you could hear everyone, and I feel like all the parents in the stands, I always come back like the parents can hear Coach Parker ripping us for fucking on the sideline. Just what the fuck are we playing? Like, are we playing cover 2, tempo 1, like motherfucking us? Like I feel, and then all the shit talk going on. I feel bad for all the parents and everyone that were able in the stands because they could.
I think the parents could kind of hear even when there were people in the stands because they're sitting like right there. Now they can definitely hear.
Yeah, it was just like, and obviously like the stadiums, like there's echoes and stuff. You could literally just hear everything, which is super weird. Never want that again. But it was fine that we played. I mean, as long as we played. Plus, I think we played the most games out of any Big Ten team because we had no COVID issues.
Yeah, I think you guys did. So you get through the COVID year. I mean, your career, man, it's kind of, you've been through some shit at this point.
It's a long road, long career. A career, you know, I'm happy that I had my career like that, but I don't wish it upon anyone.
Well, you got to finish it in 2021. You get some more awards. Reggie Roby Special Teams Award overall.
Hey,
it's pretty good.
Well done, my man.
Thank you.
Hayden Fry Award, Special Teams, Team Leader Award, Defense.
Mm-hmm.
Did some shit in 2021 in the old senior year.
Yeah, that Hayden Fry Award, that's like one of my most like proud moments that like I got because I think it was 3 guys that got it. I think it was Lindy on offense, Jack Campbell on defense, and me on special teams. I think unless it was 5 guys, Jack Kerner and Matt Hankins were on there maybe. I don't know. 3 or 5 guys, but
my remembering was it was just offense, defense, special teams every year.
Either way, like you're like that's that award. Like Coach Fry was my dad's coach, and when my dad would talk about Coach Fry, like how he was, and it's just like it's special, and it was special. Like being rewarded like that was just like wow. Like I've really like made an impact as a leader. Like I was a real leader to the 5th years all the way down to the true freshmen. And I earned my respect. And that's like the most important thing that came with me. Like I want to earn the respect of my teammates and my coaches. Everyone, we always say it in the building. Kind of gets cliche-ish, but that was like a main goal of mine. I want everyone to respect me, everyone to come to me if they ever need anything, be friends with everyone. And I feel like I achieved that. And that Hayden Fry Award just like made me realize like I made an impact.
You got validation.
Like,
You went cupping guys' asses in the line to everyone's like, yeah. Marchese is a fucking Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's literally like Coach Woods, Coach Parker, Coach Ferentz are like, this guy is a Hawkeye. So I went back again. I don't want to toot my own horn. Like I hate that. But
Toot it, bro. We fucking created a podcast based on our glory days. Toot it all you want.
So I went back to this spring game because, you know, I miss it. I miss football so much. I miss everything. Just love the sport.
It doesn't really go away, so get used to that. Go ahead.
And so I go in the special teams meetings. I go throughout all the meetings, get out on the field, and Coach Woods is like, hey, the first meeting of spring ball, I showed a highlight tape of you. But just like this guy is what a Hawkeye is. And like I don't do that often, but I want you to know like I gathered up all these big plays that you made over your years, and I showed it on the first day of spring ball. Just if you want someone to emulate, like emulate this guy. Special teams is like a way you could find your role and be remembered for it. And I feel like just having that impact and like all the coaches saying that, even Coach Parker was just like happy to have you back, like so excited, like, you know, and it made me again, like having that validation of like, wow, I made an impact.
I know how that feels. That hit, didn't it? That hit.
God, it's like Coach Woods giving me chills right now. Like Coach Woods, like you guys know in the special teams meetings, like he's showing like, I don't know, like Dallas Clark's special teams highlights.
Riley McCarron on the punt.
McCarron. Bob Sanders making big plays on special teams, and to know that Coach Woods put one of me on there, just like a little, could be like 2 plays, doesn't even matter. Just having those plays and that impact there where Coach Woods is like, this is a guy you want to emulate, and I get put on that highlight tape. Like, that's just like, I don't know. It might be hard for people listening, like, to understand, like,
Yeah.
when you see yourself or you see people like in the past, like Bob Sanders, Dallas Clark, guys that made huge impacts for Iowa and obviously in their NFL careers, like, they get on those highlight tapes, you see them as a player, and then to know that your coach put one of you, like, wow, that was like a great feeling. And it just, again, like the feeling is unmatched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it goes back to that feeling of leave the jersey in a better place, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can talk about it like you came in hoping to, be a starter, maybe flirt around with going to the NFL. It doesn't work out like that. But to know that not only your teammates with, voting those awards for you, but also your coaches giving you the recognition, like saying, hey, your contributions meant a significant amount to this team.
Yeah.
Big.
I think you're right, Henry, where it's hard to describe what that means to a guy, because you sit there for 5 years and every day you're aware of how hard it is to get a coach to give you a little, right? Like, to just praise you a little bit. Like, tell me give me that validation.
Yeah.
And when you're in that spot, that 5 years takes forever, dude. When they're not blowing you and every day feels harder than the last because you're not getting that recognition, it takes forever.
And so then when you do get it, and not only do you, it could be in by itself. Like, it could just be coach talking to you alone and him just telling you. I had a conversation with Coach Woods back in like January, and just talking to him and like about stuff that I did, it felt good. But when they do it in front of the guys that you played with and said, like, I came back the first year, it would have been 2018. You would have been sitting in the room for like 1 day of camp. And I was sitting in the back, didn't even care to be recognized at all. But Coach Woods started the special teams meeting with something like, we got Tyler Kluver back today, one of the better specialists we've had in the past. And he was blowing smoke, right? But just because he said that in front of a group took 3 seconds, I was like, oh, we'll fucking take that. We'll take that all day. Like, that feels good. And yeah, that it's, I mean, you can run on that fuel for the next 5 or 10 years, man. Like, that's good shit.
Just like I'll run on that for the rest of my life, just knowing that, like, I had the respect of my teammates and the respect of my coaches, and that I'm welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Like, they have that open invite. They're the best. Like you said, like Coach Woods saying Tyler Kluver's in the back, one of our better specialists, long snapper, like Coach Ferentz, Coach Woods, when they always bring in guests, they always make them feel welcome. And that's like amazing. That's amazing for people. That brings people back, and it brings people like, hey, like, you're one of us. Doesn't matter how far along you've been.
I don't want to take up too much of your time, but a lot of people, diehard fans definitely, probably recognize the name, recognize you running around out there making plays. You definitely continue to kind of like find yourself making plays as your career went on.
And the block punt was fucking legendary.
And boy, was that needed. But God, that was so clutch, bro.
Yeah. Oh my God. We went absolutely banana land.
Give me a little on that. Give me a taste of what that was like.
Yeah. So, well, I appreciate you guys. You guys made bigger plays than that in your career. So
Nope.
No, actually, no. Actually, 0 of us 3 made a bigger play than that, actually.
But I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. But yeah. So I'll go back weeks prior, Minnesota, like 2 weeks before, we had that same call.
Schemed it up. They had it schemed. I knew that thing was in the book.
Schemed it up, and I missed it. I didn't miss it. I tipped it. I nicked it, but I didn't get a full block. So, No one fucking remembers that shit. Then Illinois, same call, barely miss it. Like just a step behind punter Blake Hayes, Illinois punter. He got it off quick, had a quick, gather time, whatever, did his steps, boom. Nebraska, we're scheming it up all week in practice. We get a hint of their cadence because on tape, you see the mic, what Drake used to do, or Drake used to, what the Will, Sam, or Leo, in the Shield, you could see him like doing the cadence, like, hut, hut, and he's a big guy. So you could hear, like, you could see his stomach like dropping, everything. And I forget who they played the week prior, but that coach came to Coach Woods, and Coach Woods came to me on Sunday. He was like, hey, we got a tip on their cadence from whoever, I forget who they played before. So get ready.
I know, and I know how that came across too, because this is how Woods says it. He sees you, and it's the first time that he's seen you since he gets that tip, and he goes, Henry, you're getting one this week. We got him.
Yeah.
We got him.
Yeah. Oh, every single week, he would always be like, hey, this one's it. This one's it. So then start of the fourth quarter, what, we're down 21-9.
Playing like shit.
Playing like shit, offensively, defensively, special teams even. And just not a good game at all for us. And we're backs against the wall. We're going to lose to a fucking 3-8 team, our rival.
Streaks on the line.
And like, I haven't lost to Nebraska, and I was like, I don't want that be tarnished this season. Tarnished. We could have won at that point. We're going to be 10-2, and have a chance to go play in the Big Ten championship, and we could possibly get to the Rose Bowl, 12 wins, whatever. Have a great season. And so start of the fourth quarter, they're punting their own end, our left hash. He calls it. Coach Woods, it's media timeout. And Brock, who's like the special teams GA, he's like, hey, he tells Coach Woods, he's like, hey, we need something. And Coach Woods is like, we need it. Go get it. Like, I'll never forget that. Like, we were all in the huddle on the sideline, and he just looks dead at me. I have a vivid memory. Like, we need it. Go get it.
Oh, that's like getting the execute call in SEAL Team 6, man.
That was the play. That was it. And I knew it. He didn't even have to say it. I was like, all right, like, this is time, do or die. And just going back to the preparation of knowing the cadence, like, and knowing their points, like, these guys had the same pump protection as us. So if they're on our left hash, their right hash, I was to the field. These guys are going down. So I'm getting as tight as possible to that end.
Talk dirty, Tank. Come on now. Fire me up.
I'm getting as tight as possible because I know this guy. We're going to have everyone going. We're going to make it look like everyone's rushing. So this guy, the end, is going to point the guy inside of me. So I'm free. And then if everyone gets to the shield's not going to touch me. Like, they're going to protect inside out. And I'm the furthest guy out there.
So for those listening, Hank is supposed to be taken care of by the op time. The snapper punter are supposed to get this off and take care of the outside guy.
Yeah, the punter has me. The punter has me, basically. The shield's got everything. The punter's got the most outside guy. So as I know that, like, just preparation, going through the week, doing it in practice. And I saw the point on the first cadence, these guys point. And these guys didn't even have to point. I knew what was going on. They point. I'm like, all right, I'm free. I know my cadence. I get, like, as soon as that first one goes, I'm like ready to jump. Second one, boom, I'm gone. And I had a great get off. And
did you feel it before you even had a hand on it? You're like, oh shit.
I knew because my first two steps, it's the most critical are the first two steps. You don't false step on your first step. And that second step is like a good, a guide step, basically.
You get 5 and 3.
I knew, like, this guy was catching the ball, and I was basically like, and I knew this guy was like trying to get it off. Like, he tried, and the snap was actually a decent snap. and this snapper was kind of wide, like a little like off target. It was a decent snap. And I just knew like as soon as I got to like that midway, 16 yards back is the punter, basically 16 around there.
14 and a half, 15.
Yeah. And I knew like I was at like, I don't know, 7 yards, like halfway there. I was like, all right, I got it. But so the guy in the shield, Allen, big 6'7" guy, long guy. He tried getting as long as he could. And I was just like, fuck it, let's send it. Dove for it. Got my hands on it, tipped up Kyler Fisher, great catch over the shoulder, touchdown. All I remember is I block it. I know I have it. I roll over and I see the ball up in the air, spinning, dwiddling. I'm like, please someone catch that, or please someone get it. And then I roll over and I'm laying on the ground. I roll over. I see Kyler just perfect, like in between like two guys, like picture perfect. He catches it. I get up and I just start going crazy. I'm like, I was like, motherfucker, I'm here, motherfucker. Like all
Yes.
To all the Nebraska fans, and the stadium went quiet. You hear our fans back there in our section. I'm just like, I'm here, motherfucker. It's our fucking game. And
I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna go back and watch that clip like porn after this, by the way.
And it's giving me chills, dude. I want to go freaking do it again. I run over the sideline. Everyone's giving me the, hats, whatever. And then the stadium is quiet. That is the best thing on the road. Mm-hmm. Stadium goes quiet after a big game. And our stands, and I look over, they're cheering. I'm like, fuck that. Like, let's go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. And these guys start doing, let's go Hawks, let's go Hawks. And it's like, oh, it was awesome. Then kickoff right after. I was gassed. Kickoff, running down. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go smoke this motherfucker. But these guys wouldn't take it out for shit all game. I wish they did. Oh, that was a great moment. Then we ended up winning the game, which was the best part. And that after the game celebration in that Nebraska locker room, you guys know what it looks like in that like mosh pit basically. And it's just fucking turn. Hey, we so fucking turn. Hey, we so
fucking. That one went hard. I know that one went hard for sure.
We had the Heroes Trophy, and then we had the Big Ten West Champs Trophy. And that was great. I'll never forget that. But the guys really made it happen. Like after that, then the game started. All right, we're in this thing.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I gave the guys a little juice. Like, all right, we're here. Defense started clicking, getting turnovers. Offense, moving it down, kicking their ass in the run game. You go back, watch that fourth quarter. Offense,
completely different game.
Completely different.
And I truly don't believe that we win that game where the script flips like that if you don't make that play there. That's why you can't. There's no chance any three of us made a play remotely as big as that one.
Facts.
And for everyone listening, that's why special teams matters. That's why field position matters. That's why every single special teams play, every single play in a game matters. And that's, real football fans understand, but for the average viewer of football, just special teams isn't just like a blow off. I'm going to go run to the kitchen, go grab something so the offense, defense gets out. No, special teams are huge. There's a lot of preparation in it, especially here at Iowa. And no, it's great. But the boys really won, it wasn't me. The boys won that. The Hawks won it. It wasn't me. It was just me playing my part and doing my job.
Incredible to take us through that. We might have to bring you back for more because we're already going on 90 minutes here. I want to finish this one though with you got to experience something that not a lot of people do on senior day, and your brother who you're playing against in the stadium is standing out there in full uniform to receive you with your parents. What was that like, dude?
Yeah, I'm sorry for, rambling and going through this.
No. Our podcast has been ass for 8 weeks, dude. This is the best episode we've had in like months.
I appreciate it. But yeah, senior day, it was great. Like before the season, you see the poster and the schedule, and it's like, wow, my senior day is gonna be against Illinois, and my parents know that, and yeah, so wow, that before the week on Sunday, or Monday, I think it was Monday in the afternoon, I went into Coach Ferentz's office and say like, hey, Coach, it's senior day. Just want to ask if it's possible that my brother Mike, who he knows, can come out and greet me at the ceremony for when I get announced. He's like, oh, that is awesome. Like, I'm so happy. Like, that is great. Like, go ahead and do it. Just, I'll talk to Coach Bielema, and make sure he gets, confirmation of that as well. So I was like, thank you, Coach, blah, blah, blah. He's the best. Coach
KF is a football guy, and that made him happy as hell. I can see him. He's just going in as, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's great. And so I do that, get out of his office, and I text Mike. I'm like, hey, it's all good. Just make sure Bielema's all good. And then he's like, I talked to him. Bielema said, Bielema's an Iowa guy, played at Iowa. And he's like, hell yeah, like, let's do it. Like, that's great. And unfortunately, Bielema didn't make the trip because he had COVID for that game. But either way, it was still set in stone. So, my name gets announced, and the crowd doesn't know yet. The crowd goes crazy for, Riley and all those guys. And then, you go out and the crowd doesn't know, then they see this Illinois football player, and, the camera's down there, everyone's seeing it, clapping. And then they see me and my brother like hug, basically. My mom's crying. My dad gives us all a group hug, and then my dad gives like one of these like to the crowd, and the crowd starts getting louder, and it was just a great moment. And it was awesome. Like the pictures that I have from it, it's great. And that was just a top 5 moment. And my parents will probably say it's one of their great moments ever. Like a cool experience being on Kinnick Stadium and having that happen. And again, like, thank you to like Coach Ferentz and Coach Bielema for letting us do that. And that was just a great experience. And then boom, that happened. Coaches were crying as I was going. And that day, like, you'll never forget senior day, and ended on a win, beat that ass. And, me and Mike had that, moment pregame. As soon as that shit ended, fuck you, we're going.
That's amazing.
So during it, I was just like, we like shoved each other in the crowd, like kind of like it. I was like, yeah, you better be fucking ready. I'm coming for that ass.
It's amazing.
And no, it was awesome.
That's pretty cool. Kev, Drake, you got anything else for the man?
No, that was a whole lot of fun, pal. We appreciate it.
What's next for you?
So I'm working, and it's it's good. It's a good adjustment in life. I like it. Out here in Chicago, and but I'm still, got some contacts with some MLB teams going.
I was gonna say maybe give the Padres a call, huh? Get that shoulder loose.
So hopefully, I get a little opportunity. Even if I get an opportunity and it happens, like, I'm just grateful, even if nothing comes out of it. But just grateful, like, just having these conversations recently. So it's pretty cool.
That's amazing. Well, we thank you for coming on the pod and giving us your time. I think the fans will thoroughly enjoy this episode. Like I said, I'm not kidding when I say that our podcast has been as good as the fucking test you were taking. Yeah, I mean, like,
about as dry as KF's humor.
Yeah. So this is a welcome relief for the listeners, and just thank you.
Thank you guys for having me. Like, it's an honor. You guys are doing it right. Yes.
You got to chill.
We're
with that, bro.
two fucking losers and a CEO.
Come on, you guys are the best. I miss you guys, seriously. And that cup story, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that cup story.
Well, and we'll finish with this. I'll share the screen one more time. It's a picture of you and your brother, I think from the year before. I think this is junior year.
It is COVID year, I think.
Yeah. This would have been 2020. And if you look on the side here, Brady Ross commented Cup City.
So
funny.
Oh, that's great.
So it lives.
We'll never let it die either. I love it.
That's it. 314 episodes, and it's Henry Marchese. Thanks for coming on the show again, Hank, and everybody listening. Presented to you by DRF Sports. Go cup some ass, and we'll talk.
Go hit a trifecta this weekend on the Derby.
Yeah, go bet some horses, cup some ass, and we'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Thanks, guys.